We are back walking again, and I thought I'd explain a little bit more around my walking. Part of it I do for digestion and for helping food get through my system and not just sit and bloat. But another important part is that cardio is one of the best things that you can do for your long-term strength gain. This goes against a lot of bro science dogma because there is research to say that there's a crossover effect where you inhibit your strength gain by doing cardio. Let me explain a little bit what they're actually talking about. In our body, we have type 1 muscle fibers and type 2 muscle fibers. You cannot switch between type 1 and type 2, but type 2 have a whole range, and they go from type 2A, which are the most slow twitch, all the way to type 2X, which are very fast twitch. And this is where we can shift. And if you do, say, long distance running, you're going to have a lot of type 2A muscle fibers. Now, muscle fiber type is mostly just referring to the metabolic processes that the cell goes through in order to get energy, i.e. it uses fats for energy really well, or it uses creatine for energy really well, or the glycolytic process. That's all we're really referring to. So, old thought is if you do any cardio, well, that's going to stop you from being able to maximize your ability to get stronger because you're going to have muscle fibers that aren't aligning with your goals. This is completely true in isolation, but not in practice. There's so many more things that happen when we improve our aerobic fitness. So let's go through some of them. One of them, and the most profound, the one that I think is the coolest, is that we actually increase our blood volume. If we increase our blood volume, it preloads the heart more, the heart stretches more, and so when it contracts more blood out, meaning that the heart doesn't work as hard. This is why people who are aerobically fit will have lower resting heart rates than people who are aerobically fit. Another benefit is we increase capillary density, meaning that we've got more blood, we need somewhere to put it, we actually grow new vessels, and so our muscles all have better blood flow throughout in response to improved aerobic fitness. How do these impact our strength training? Because they really don't in a direct way. But in an indirect way, increased capillary density, increased blood volume are two profound ways that we can improve not just our health, but our recovery as well. If we have increased blood flow going to an area, we're going to more easily get nutrients there, more easily go through the inflammatory processes required for us to improve our muscular recovery to be able to get stronger over the long run. The other bit is people love to talk about the different energy systems that we're using for different periods of time. And if you read a textbook, the first 5 seconds is creatine, the next 30 seconds is anaerobic glycolysis. The next 90 seconds is aerobic glycolysis, and then we bring in our aerobic system a bit more and bring in fats and whatnot. But these systems don't exist in isolation at all. So we're always using some level of aerobic fitness and some level of anaerobic fitness. And if we have our aerobic fitness at a higher level, it's going to continue to increase our proportion of energy by which our aerobic fitness is responsible for, and we build up less of what's called an oxygen debt. So if you're training hard for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you're actually going to be able to push harder to the end, accumulate more total volume, and you're able to recover from that total volume more because increased capillary density and lower heart rate. If we're accomplishing these things, you're going to be on a pretty good track to get stronger. The other way that increased aerobic fitness helps your strength gains is in a proportional sense. Of course, always being bigger is useful in moving more weight, but being fatter is usually not the go, particularly if you want to maintain your health, or you're doing strongman, or you're doing anything that's not, sorry, I just watched someone curb it, very well done, or you're doing anything that's not strictly powerlifting, strictly 1 rep maxes. We all have to run around. We all have to exist. We all have to do events that last longer than we would like sometimes. And to be able to do that, we want to have as much lean body mass as possible. With aerobic fitness comes a shift in energy utilization. Let's say right now I'm walking, I'm mildly out of breath, but I'm in my oxidative phase, i.e. I could walk like this for a couple of hours and really have no major issues. So right now I'm burning some combination of carbohydrate and fat. The fitter you are, the more you shift that utilization from carbs to fat. And so you can actually perform a higher work capacity and you're burning more fat always. If that's the case, when you exist in your day-to-day life, you're going to be naturally burning more fat than you would if you were unfit. This means you sort of turn yourself into a fat burning machine. You're more fit, you're leaner, and now for that, you can get stronger. So, to recap, you improve your aerobic fitness, you're going to have increased capillaries, increased capillary density, increased blood volume, improved body composition, and you're going to be able to recover from your exercise better. Now, there's one other thing that I want to speak about in relation to aerobic fitness and your strength. In that, I forget. And that one thing has escaped my brain. When we do these walking talks, it's literally off the top of my head. So, I'm sorry, I've lost my train of thought. And I remembered what it was. Here we go. Do you want me to restart? Do you want me to keep rolling?
I'll find a way to plug it in there.
There's two ways to train aerobic fitness. And aerobic fitness is basically oxygen goes into the lungs, then we extract it from our lungs. Everyone is really good at that. That's not an issue. But we then need to get it from there through our body. Part of that is what I was talking about before. So it's your capillary density, blood volume, the heart strength, all of that helps. The second part is at the muscle, it needs to be sucked out of the bloodstream into the muscle and used for oxidative processes. So that is one. We're going to call that the cardiovascular system, okay? Just in getting the oxygen from the air into the bloodstream to the muscles. The second bit is more related to our enzymes to actually use that for energy. It's not a given that we're going to be able to, if the blood is, or the oxygen is at our muscle, that we're going to be able to use it for energy. And so there's distinct ways to train these. You're going to increase your cardiovascular fitness by doing slow, long, low intensity efforts like I am right now. And you're going to improve your enzymatic processes much faster by going short duration sprints. My favorite is Tabata. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds, 100% maximal sprinting. If you do that, that is the number one way to improve your aerobic fitness, as per Izumi Tabata, Japanese researcher who worked with the Japanese speed skating team. I don't know when, long time ago, maybe in the 80s. There you go. Those are my full thoughts. Again, pop in the comments. How do you work on your aerobic fitness? What do you do? And do you think it's important? Thanks for watching, guys. Lift heavy and be kind, and we'll catch you soon.